Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to the Ultimate Automation Challenge. And in today's episode here, I've got a couple things that I'm going to be doing. One, I'm going to be setting up a new farm here for some bristle blossoms and potentially some other farms as well. But we're going to do the bristle blossom thing. And the other thing that many of you guys were commenting about is that there is yet another geyser or potential geyser over a volcano over here to the left of the last one we found in the last episode here. So this is very, very close to the top of the map here. We can see that that is space up there. But what is this over here? And how do I get to it? Because, well, there's a good amount of germs between here and there. Not a ton, though. Looks like I do have some germless slime up here that I can potentially come up here and then go over just to see what's inside of there. That would be really interesting if this was some sort of water source that would be right next to a volcano. I can make like a steam generator power plant up there and then use that to power my space base. That would be pretty cool. Not to mention we could randomly take the regolith and, like, I don't know, mix that in with it. We'll have to see. The point is, though, in order to reliably or safely work up here in this extreme environment, I'm going to need an exosuit system set up. So I'll probably set up one of those down here. And I think at this point it's probably a good idea to start working on a transit tube system. So transit tube system, a new mealwood farm. It doesn't have to be very big, just a small one. And definitely complete this liquid pipe over here so that this system doesn't run out of water. You can see that I've pretty much cleared out all the water in this area in the last episode. So I got to make sure I got my water source figured out. So that's 3 things. Fourth and final thing is to figure out what is behind, door number 2 over here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today is absolutely beautiful. It's Saturday, 75 degrees, low humidity. I've got the window open, the birds are singing, little bugs are flying around, and the mowers are mowing. Yeah, it's very nice. So hopefully your day is going as well as mine is. All right, so for the farm, I kind of already have this set up over here on the right. It's not exactly what I want, but you know what? I think that's a good area to start working with. Let's take a look at some of the germs. Not too bad at all. Matter of fact, if I dig up both of these right here, it should just drop down in the water, and then I don't have to worry about it. Ooh, there's also a tropical pachu right there that I could potentially actually start to make use of. Eats algae and makes dirt. That's useful if I want to get some more dirt. Now this system up here is not going to run out of water, or it shouldn't, because as we use the lavatory, it continues to add a little bit of water to the system. And I have a lot of extra water that's over here, and that's actually used to keep the algae terrariums up and running. And as I have seen, as far as my oxygen is concerned, I've got more than enough oxygen at the moment. So you know what? I think now is a good time to re-enable the printing pod and bring in another duplicate. Alright, so I'm working on this pipe over here. You can see that there's quite a bit of stuff I need to do in order to get through there. I've got a lot of germs that might try to find their way out. Luckily, I've got a lot of oxygen over here on the right, so that isn't a big problem, at least for right now. But as far as all of this polluted oxygen that I have inside of here, I'm going to have to do a lot of deodorizing in order to get rid of a lot of it. Not a big deal. I'm used to it. Curious to see what's up over here. I'm really hoping to find like a chlorine geyser or something like that, because that would be nice and useful to have. So I'll do a little bit of a exploration dig up and over to the right. See what I find there. So what this means is that now that this water source over here on the left is dried up, I could just go ahead and deconstruct all of this. I don't need it anymore. All right, so the printing pod is ready for another duplicate. I believe Niles is going to be our next duplicate here. Mostly because she has plus strength, which is going to be really useful. Oh, welcome to the base, Niles. So Niles is going to become my chef, and then I'm going to, what was it? Yes, take Nicola and convert them back over to the artist just for a little bit so I can kind of re-up some of these paintings and stuff. Bubbles, you've done it again. Every time. I swear. So, just gotta rework the pipes a little bit. Yeah. That'll be just dandy. Oh, that's what's going on. So I was having this problem over here where I was just running, you know, all the power out of this system. And what it is, is a lot of the power likes to come on over here to this battery. But since I have 3 polymer presses hooked up and, you know, ready to run, it can drain a lot of power out of these batteries. So you can see here, it didn't take very long to just empty this battery out. Alright, so when it comes to setting up one of these farms for mealwood, what I need is, in order to I need to understand how much the light is going to, or how far the light is going to shine, right? Like we have down here. So if I try to plan for the light to be right there, then I should be able to put my farm tiles right here. Oh no. Whoops. Whoops, 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 whoops. I broke this seal on this tile right here. And you can see all of this polluted oxygen down there is under very, very high pressure. So I need to plug that up. Luckily it was only 1 tile wide, so not a lot of polluted oxygen got in. Although it looks like I'm going to have to deal with that quite a bit. So what I'm setting up here is going to be an automated system for keeping these bristle blossoms nice and cool. I don't know, I might have said mealwood a bunch of times there, but I'm actually talking about bristle blossom farm. And I might be able to move this light up a little bit higher. What I'd like to have is that this system becomes completely enclosed. So the only way you can get access to it is through a transit tube system. So if I can fit one of these in here, maybe like right there, and then have like a little platform that you run across. And then I can also do a station over here, which is a farm station, right? And then go down here and actually work on the farm. We'll see if it all fits. Oh, that's why this pipe isn't complete. I was wondering, you know, why I'm not seeing water, but there is just 1 tile that has been connected just yet. All right, let's see how this goes. I've queued it up very, very high. What I want them to do is come in here, destroy this, dig it down, try to keep the germs out of here by building as quickly as I can. Oh, right here at the end of the cycle. Yeah, that's going to work out real good. Uh-oh. It's kind of a bad time to start this. Oh, buddy. Well, here comes the polluted oxygen. I do have a deodorizer over here on the left, so this stuff will start to run and take care of it. But all right, that should work out. Not too many germs found their way in, but I do have some stuff that must be stored with some germs in it. Gossman, what in the world? Oh, no. No, you guys cannot come in here without the exosuit on. If anything, you really can't come in here at all. Bubbles is going to try very, very hard to find a way to get herself stuck. We'll see if she's successful. No, she did not get herself stuck this time. Congratulations, Bubbles, that's a first. Aha! Here we have it. Bunch of water. It's now into the system. Real nice. So I'm going to turn this little liquid valve off for a little while. Just to kind of show that this here should be continuously recirculating. Which means this over here should also be off as well. I also get water from the petroleum system over here on the left as I run that. Speaking of which, I'm just going to deconstruct 2 of these. I don't really need them all. Ah, you see, if it's right down here, it works. But if it's up, it doesn't work. So if I cancel that and do this, would that work? Just curious. I don't know why. Alright, I need to expand this 1 more tile over. And I want to make sure that I don't have any nasty slime lung touching this tile over here, potentially causing some germs to find their way in. So I'm just going to make sure I leave an air gap over there. Alright, tell me that works. As funny as it is, it actually does work. However, I don't really need to do that. I could just get rid of this and then just put the farm station. It's only 2 wide, so it's not a big deal. And then I'll just build that right back up over there. There we go, and that should take care of all my slime lung down here. And that should be all right. So, nice thing about this is that bristle blossoms can grow in polluted oxygen, so I don't even need to change the environment. Should be just fine the way it is. There's plenty of air pressure. A little bit of carbon dioxide might be the only thing that's actually a problem. See, now right here would be a good time to have glass tiles, because that way I could just let the light through and not have to even worry about all the stuff I'm doing here. Speaking of which, I just completely forgot about glass tiles. So, should make that a goal to do here pretty soon. Alright, so there's the transit tube access point. It takes a lot of refined material to get in there. But, it's alright. I think I should be able to also put a door right here if I just want to be able to get some access manually to it. We'll see. Yep, you could just go vertically through doors. Alright, so now I need a thermal sensor just to kind of moderate the temperature inside of here. So I'll just kind of put it a little ways away, not too far. And then I'll plug it in like that. Now, from the looks of it, it looks like I'm probably going to want to get rid of this polluted oxygen inside of here. It seems to be multiplying a little bit too quickly. All that slime lung. So, for a little while here, I'm just going to go ahead and put in a deodorizer. Same for this area over here, because look at all that polluted oxygen and how much slime lung there is in that. Nasty. You can see that it's starting to spread around a little bit too. Alright, so it only makes sense to do this, and that is to bring in a gas vent over here and just fill this with carbon dioxide, because I already have a pipe right there ready to go. Let's see if I can get this transit tube to work. I can build the tube, and then I should be able to build that to go over the wall. So if I put that there, it might be too close. I might actually have to do something different. Yeah, it's doing weird stuff. So that means when I run the light over here, I would have to, so that means I'd have to move this down one, which means it would block the light to that farm tile over there. Or I guess I could just move it up one tile and just not worry about it. Actually you can see right now, neither of those tiles are exposed to light. And that's no good. So they can't get through this door here, that's 2 tiles, but if I move it up one, they can actually just path right through it. So once that's deconstructed, I'll just move it to right there, and then we can get down to the farm. Obviously, since this is a hydroponic farm tile, I have to go ahead and fill it with water, so there we go. It's all made of abyssalite, so that's good. And what I can do is kind of use kind of an extra overflow of an overflow system to feed this thing. See how this backs up and it can't run any faster? I can set it up to where, you know, if this is full, then it comes down here and ends up in the bristle blossoms. So this really only grows as fast as I have extra water. And you can see that this system up here continuously has water inside of it because, you know, as I was talking about before, the water just recirculates unless I end up with extra, and then it finds its way out. Oh, and we can see the cooling loops here. They're starting to back up a little bit. Right there, right there, right there. That's nice to see. This means the temperatures around here should actually be pretty good. Or getting better, I should say. 20 degrees Celsius over here, not bad. 20s right there. 20s again, or actually just below that. It's a little bit all over the place, but overall not bad at all. This area over here on the left is still pretty toasty. But that's because we have all of this equipment over here. And this equipment is just surrounded by normal sandstone. Oh wait, no, it's abyssalite. But some of it is sandstone. Yeah, I think these tiles right here are radiating heat. Uh-oh, bubbles, take that. Let it loose before it breaks everything. I have to keep reworking this thing until I get everything to fit. I guess I decided to make this about as small as possible. So I'll have to move this auto sweeper to be right here. And then the light is going to be right where that auto sweeper was. So just like that, and you can get to everything then. Does this transit tube crossing cause this room not to be enclosed? Or is it this weird door I got going on? I guess it's probably the weird door. Let's try putting it sideways real quick. Aha! There it is. Greenhouse. So I can also grow fungal spore in here as well. But I have the light on, so. The thing is, if I put enough carbon dioxide in here and made it really high pressure, then the slime wouldn't let off the polluted oxygen. Okay, so the thing about the fungal spores is that it uses slime, which is usually very, very germy. Now, there's ways of cleaning up those germs, obviously, that I could do. But the other thing is I could also just have this in a very high pressure area, or higher pressure, I guess, right? High enough to the point where the slime would not let off extra polluted oxygen into the space, so that I can keep it carbon dioxide and also avoid having any slime lung entering the base. As far as the conveyor system is concerned, this is all food, so I can go to the same spot. So to rework the liquid system, all I'm going to do is add this bridge here so that it goes to the bridge first, and then if that's backed up, the extra polluted water, or the extra clean water at this point, will go down here and feed my farm. Alright, so you can see how this is running like this. It's heading off to the left, and eventually we'll see that this is going to back up, and at that point, then it will run on over to my farm. Now, it's going to be a little bit hotter at 40 degrees Celsius, so hopefully that isn't a problem. I do have a Weezword down here ready to go, trying to cool things down. I'm curious to see if this will have enough power to keep these plants cool, you know, as they consume 20 kilograms of hot water each day. I have this thing set all the way down to 10 degrees. You know, I can actually go down a little further, but that's probably good enough. So Nicola's become my farmer, so he can go over here and I can actually run that thing. Could almost open this up so that both sides are accessible. Alright, so an update here. Looks like this farm is up and running. It's doing pretty good. I'm not using the transit tube access point just yet, but at least I do have one built. I've made some progress over here on the left as far as, you know, just kind of digging this area out, making it more accessible. I think I'll probably rework my metal refinery system here at one point, and just so I can automatically kind of refine metals and store them next to the refinery and things like that. This idea is cool, but it's a little bit more compact than it needs to be, considering how much space I have now, which is all of this. And look at this, the petroleum cooling system is now pretty much cycled through everything it has here. So for the most part, it's just kind of stored energy over here that's just waiting to be brought into some cooling loops. And that's what I was really hoping to see, you know. So it looks like that system's working exactly as I would like it to. Alright, there's one more thing I have to do before I kind of am done here. And that is to put in an exosuit so that I can go up here and then see what is behind, or what is on top of this neutronium. Actually, if I look at the temperature, I might be able to get away without using an exosuit if I go right through the abyssalite here. But you see up there, wow, that's hot. Almost 100 degrees Celsius. And this up here is like one asteroid from, you know, just creating a vacuum into space. Whoa, look at all this steam in here. 431 kilograms. That's awesome. Bubbles living life on the edge. Forget the exosuits. We're gonna do this. Actually, it still would be a good idea to have this. We'll put in a couple of them just in case, you know? You never know what's gonna happen. Might need to rescue somebody. I'm gonna go ahead and plant 2 more bristle blossoms. I think that's working out just fine, so I don't have any reason to believe that that isn't going to work. You know, the temperature down there is staying just fine, even though the water that's being fed to it is a little bit warmer. Alright, so I decided to put in a little cold generator up here, and just to let that run. Sure, a little carbon dioxide will come out of the machine, but you know what? I have, you know, quite a bit, several farms here that actually just needs more carbon dioxide to find its way into the base. So that's what's going to happen there. I have some problems with the food at the moment. That's because I don't have enough water available. It's in bottles for whatever reason down here. Oh, why didn't I disable delivery to these like a long time ago? They don't need to be delivered to. There we go. Now you have lots of water. Had to enable meal ice for a cycle. That will kind of hurt the food a little bit. Niles, you need to be over there. So I'm going to grow a couple more blossoms over here. Ooh, it's trying to blow that spot up. Not quite though. Oh, that one was close. All right, so I have everything I need now to just dig up and see what's behind this. So I have the exosuits set up. So Bubbles, obviously, is going to come on up here and check it out for us. And then leave. You just got there, Bubbles. You didn't even do any work. So there was another good comment that was over here as far as for ranching. I don't necessarily remember where it was, but there was a comment saying that, you know, since those hatches can actually stand on open doors, you could potentially set it up to where both of your ranches or all of your ranches are vertically stacked. And then as the coal drops off of the hatches, it actually just falls to the bottom, so you only need one auto sweeper. I don't know. It was a different idea. It was fun. I like it. Maybe I'll set that up here eventually. Right now, this is kind of a harder to deal with biome up here, with it being full of germs and stuff. So, well, this isn't too bad. I mean, there's some areas of slime, but this isn't that bad. Right now, it makes more sense for my ranches to go to the side instead of up. Speaking of which, we dug over here to the right a little bit. And I see natural gas up there, so that's a good sign that I might have a natural gas geyser. I'm going to queue up a little bit more of a dig over here just to see what I have. And behind door number 2, ooh, it looks like some sort of vent, but I don't know what it is. Ooh, there's a bunch of iron up here. That's nice. Look at all of that. Kilograms and kilograms of iron. I gotta get up there. Whoa! There it is, a carbon dioxide vent. 500 degrees Celsius? Eruption period 260 seconds. So what can I do with a carbon dioxide vent? I'm gonna have to slickster it, aren't I? Which means I can get to crude oil. And because I have crude oil, I can use volcano to turn that into natural gas, which would become power. Or I could just crude oil it and pipe that over. So that's actually pretty useful. I'm gonna block it off though. so that it doesn't just like suddenly just find its way all the way down through my base. Yeah, that'd be real nice. Temperature wise, starting to look like this might be the maximum amount of bristle blossoms I can have in here. These plants are maintaining a fairly dangerous temperature of, oh, I don't know, 26 degrees. All right, let's see what we have going on over here. Aha, yes, a natural gas geyser. Excellent. So, a couple of really cool geysers we can play around with now. I'm looking forward to messing around with those. I think my next biggest problem that I'm having right now is that I just don't have a lot of food. Or I don't quite have enough food for all 6 of my duplicants. I've decided to start growing a couple more mealwoods up here just in case. I was kind of already running close to begin with, but you know, I'm like right there. And the other problem is that even though, I guess what I did is I re-enabled this over here, this liquid valve, and that is dumping quite a bit of water out of the system, which means I don't have enough water to irrigate the bristle blossoms. So I've got to do some more balancing on the liquid side of things in order to keep that working and working correctly. Temperature-wise, they seem to be doing all right. They're not overheating, at least yet. They're close, but they're not. At any rate, that's about as far as I'm going to get today here. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included, the Ultimate Automation Challenge. Let me know some of your thoughts about what I can do with a natural gas geyser. Obviously, I think a power plant is, you know, the normal thing to do with that. But then I have to create some sort of, I don't know, power management distribution system grid off of that. But this carbon dioxide geyser up here now, or vent, that one's a little bit interesting. This area up here is going to become quite interesting with all of its asteroids and everything. And oh wow, that giant steam thing just like burst and unleashed itself into the atmosphere. Or I guess now I have an I guess I don't, because it's just a vacuum out there. Goodbye, steam. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. If I've earned your subscription, then thanks so much for that. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.